Have you ever walked into a room and felt someone's eyes cut right through you? Not friendly, not curious, but almost like a silent, I'm watching you. This isn't ordinary eye contact. It is what I like to call the intimidation stare. It's a quiet power move often used to size up competition or send a warning without saying a word. Megan has been caught giving this exact look, brows lowered, eyes locked in, a flash of a silent challenge. In this video, I'm breaking down how that stare works, why it shows up in competitive dynamics, and what it signals beneath the surface. Let's get into all this and more, but before we begin, here's the intro. Welcome to Revealing the Narc. Join me as I highlight narcissistic traits in celebrities and public figures. Everything here is in my opinion and not professional advice. If you enjoy the analysis, please like and subscribe. Hi everyone, welcome back. This is the third video in the Narcissistic Stare series that I'm doing. The first one was the love bombing stare, the second one was the silencing stare, and now we're on the intimidation stare. After this, we'll have one more video to clean up this series, and that is called the performance for the camera stare, which I'm sure many of you have seen Megan doing, and I'm actually really excited about that one because I want to learn about the intention about it. So whenever I create these videos, I'm learning as I'm creating. So it's always really exciting to learn a little bit and dig a little bit deeper into the behaviors that we've seen displayed by Megan specifically. Now, this stare, the one we're going to talk about today, the intimidation stare, it got me singing. And usually, okay, I don't sing. And I don't sing because my mom, who is supposed to be the human that loves me the most on this earth, she loves everything about me except my singing. Like she jokes, but I think she's kind of serious. And she'll say that when I sing, the crows come. But you know what? It's Friday and I can't help it. The song that is I want to say the soundtrack to the video we're going to watch today is the one by Roswell and Michael Jackson, and I'm going to get into the song right now. Here it goes. Close your ears, close your windows if you don't want crows to come, and fast forward in case you want to miss it. But here we go. I always feel like somebody's watching me. That's the perfect song. Am I right? Am I right? I hope so. I hope you agree. So let's get into this narcissistic stare, and I'm going to define what it is. In all the previous videos, I've defined it, but I feel we need a jumping off point. So here we go. The narcissistic stare is a fixed, prolonged, and charged gaze, and it feels more like a spotlight than simple attention. It's not about friendly eye contact or active listening. It's about exerting pressure or control without words. Key features of it include a fixed and prolonged stare. The eyes stay locked on the target with little or no blinking. It's emotionally flat or mismatched. The face may be blank, tight-lipped, or have a faint half smile that doesn't match the context. There's an intense or piercing quality. Instead of warmth or curiosity, it feels as if the person is assessing, judging, or willing the other person to stop. It's non-reciprocal. The person staring doesn't soften or look away when the speaker glances back. The gaze holds. And finally, there's purposeful silence. It's often used in moments when someone else is talking as a silent cue to hurry up, change course, or back down. The different stares that we're talking about have all of those same key features, but it is the context in when they are being used. The one we're talking about today is the competitive or intimidation stare, and it is a sharp, assessing gaze used to signal competition or covert hostility, and it's often directed towards someone else that is seen as a rival. Key features include that the brows are slightly lowered, the gaze is narrowed and steady, and it looks more cutting than it does warm. It's usually aimed at a perceived competitor rather than a partner or friend. It has a silent threat recognition cue. There's a nonverbal way of saying, I see you and I'm sizing you up. And it can last just long enough to be felt as a challenge. So, why is it done and what does it cause psychologically? It's often rooted in insecurity and social status monitoring. It's a defensive way of asserting hierarchy. It works by triggering the other person's fight or flight response, making them feel watched or judged even if no words are spoken, and it's a form of covert hostility. The look communicates rivalry without an open confrontation. So, without further ado, let's get into all of the clips that I have prepared that I believe are examples of Megan demonstrating this intimidation stare. The first video I'm going to show you, I did a full length video about this particular moment. I'm going to link it in the description of this video. This is happening at I believe it's in October or November of 2019. So it's getting closer and closer to Megxit happening. At this point, or very shortly after, Harry and Meghan will decide or have decided that they will not be attending Sandringham or Christmas at Sandringham. So I think this is a very important moment in time to observe. And what I'll do now is talk through the clip. So let me pause this one and let's get this one loaded. So you see that Megan is speaking to the lady on her left, and a woman grabs Harry's attention and he shakes her hand. The moment he does that, Megan changes her posture. It's 180 degrees from where she was sitting before. Let me pause that here really quick. And the reason I point that out is because if she's switching the way her knees are positioned by 180 degrees, then logically, then she's going to shift her attention by 180 degrees. So she's going to stop talking to this woman and turn her attention towards Harry. And you see that that's exactly what she does. And then she'll touch her arm on the armchair. And I think she's doing that. Here, let's watch it again. I think she's doing that in order to get Harry's attention. And then she fixes her hair. Harry's not paying attention at this point, and she looks over at the lady and she literally sizes her up. She looks her from head to toe and back up again. This is a completely this is a great example of the intimidation stare where Megan she's sizing up the competition, or what she perceives, in my opinion, as the competition. Megan actually exhibited similar behavior when she was in Australia in 2018. Here you'll see that she focuses her attention towards the woman that's wearing black and white, and she sizes her up as well. To me, this is an intimidating type of stare that she is giving this woman. Many of you may recognize this one. This is Dublin in 2018. And what you'll see is Megan pushes Harry forward, but the lady in red is actually signaling for Harry to be the one to sign first. Harry is absolutely confused about what to do. And look at the glare that Megan gives that lady in red. That is a complete intimidation stare. And the scary thing is that Harry hesitates. He doesn't know what to do. He's turning back to Megan to check what is the appropriate action for me to take. Megan, is it okay if I am the first one to go sign the book? It's just so uncomfortable to watch. This next clip is from World AIDS Day in 2017. It was in December. So at this point, Harry and Meghan had just announced their engagement 2 or 3 weeks prior. And you can see that Meghan will give the intimidating stare to someone. Unfortunately, when reviewing the footage, it we don't see who she's speaking to. And so I have no idea why this glance was given or to whom it was given, but it's just incredibly intimidating. She shifts her head down. You can it looks like a predator looking at prey, sizing them up. It's incredibly intimidating in my opinion. If I'm not mistaken, this next clip is from the 2018 trip Harry and Meghan had to Ireland. And you can see already how intensely Meghan is glazing at this woman. If I'm not mistaken, this is Amy Pickerel, one of Meghan's personal, or Harry and Meghan's personal assistants, who witnesses say allegedly had gone into tears or had been reduced to tears working with Megan. So it's just wild to me how we're seeing what looks like hostility, an intense gaze, gritted teeth, just incredibly intimidating look. Now, this final one is from 2016 when Megan went to Rwanda. And there's just a lot to unpack during that trip there. It was a glorified photo shoot that came at the expense of the the children there, the organization she was representing. Um, I should do another deep dive on that. I had done one previously, but I think it deserves a second look. In either case, what I see in this video is a glare. It is like she's looking down her nose. It may not be intimidation or competition per se, but I just feel it's such a, oh my gosh, like aggressive type of look, and then at the end, I don't know if you can tell, but she actually looks up at the camera. I know, unfortunately, the video cuts out there, and it's because where I got this clip from, it cuts out there. A lot of times, I know so many of you say, like, "I wish we could see a prolonged version of the clip." Unfortunately, usually that's where the clip ends, and that's the case in this example. Thanks for sticking around for all of that. Now let's get into a little bit of the cues that a target might use to make sure or check if they are in or they are the target of this intimidation stare. The first are visual cues, lowered or slightly knitted eyebrows that make the eyes look sharper or more intent. It's almost like a predatory look. It's a narrowed gaze that locks in on one person. The head is still, the chin is slightly dipped forward as if sizing the other person up. There's minimal blinking or movement. The stare lingers just a bit too long to feel casual. The expression is tight lipped or neutral. It's rarely warm or curious. It can look almost like a glare without being full on angry. And this is how it would feel internally as a target of this stare. There might be a sudden sense that you're being measured, judged, or quietly challenged. There's a feeling of a subtle jolt of self consciousness. You're going to want to adjust your posture, outfit, or expression. There's a quick rush of tension or defensiveness, even though nothing has even been said. There's a feeling that the other person is watching for weakness or comparing status. And you may notice you become more careful with your words or body language under that intense gaze. Just as a rule of thumb, if the look feels less like friendly attention and more like a silent challenge or rivalry signal, it's likely an intimidation stare rather than just ordinary curiosity. This type of stare can feel, and I mean, all of these stares that we've been talking about can make you feel out of place. It can throw you off. You can feel like you're walking on eggshells. And now I want to talk about a couple of things you can do in the moment to retain your cool, keep your confidence, and just really take care of yourself. The first is to ground yourself. Breathe slowly and drop your shoulders. This calms the fight or flight jolt that the stare can trigger. Plant your feet and open your posture. Have your shoulders back and chin level. A relaxed but upright stance signals self possession. Choose your gaze intentionally. There's no stare down required. Meet the person's eyes for just a second or two with a calm, neutral expression, then look away naturally. Avoid darting your eyes down because that can look like submission. If you're speaking to someone else, keep your eyes on them or your notes instead of the person that is trying to challenge. Keep your pace and tone. Continue your conversation or presentation at your normal speed. Don't rush or stumble to get out of the spotlight. If appropriate, use a measured pause when making a key point. It shows that you're not thrown off by the way that they're looking at you. Recenter on your purpose. Mentally remind yourself their look says more about them than about me. Bring your focus back to what you're saying or doing, not to the silent competition vibe. Address it later, but only if you think it's needed. If it's repeated behavior in a personal or a professional relationship and you feel safe doing so, you can set a boundary afterward in private. You can tell this person, when you fix your gaze on me that way while I'm speaking, it feels challenging. I'd like our conversations to stay collaborative. Now, I know that the types of people we're dealing with will gaslight and they'll deny that this look is even happening. So it's up to you to really weigh out I don't want to say the risk, but expect that kind of response is likely to come based on what you know about them. And finally, debrief afterwards. Remind yourself that the discomfort you felt was a normal response to a dominance cue, not evidence that you're inadequate. You can release the tension with a short walk, a hand stretch, or a few slow breaths. I'm curious to know what you all think about this. Have you ever felt like you've had the intimidation gaze or stare towards you? If you feel safe sharing, please let me know how you reacted, if there's anything that you wish you did differently. I love how everyone talks in the comments, and I think we can all learn so much from each other and each other's experiences. I appreciate you all so much. We're getting closer and closer to 50,000 subscribers. I'm so thankful for all of you, and I just get really excited to make this content and to hear from all of you that it's helpful. It definitely helps me because, like I said earlier, I'm learning every single time I make a video. If this was interesting to you, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you'll know every time I drop a new video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you're looking for a meaningful way to support something beyond the screen, I'd love for you to consider making a donation to the National Domestic Violence Hotline in lieu of super chats and super stickers. They provide 24/7 support and resources for people in unsafe or overwhelming situations, whether that's emotional, physical, or just hard to name. Their information is on the screen should you need to contact them, and you'll find the link to donate in the description of this video. Every little bit helps, and it means a lot. Thank you again for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.